Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to this series titled Tech Fuel. So happy that you have shown in an interest to know more about OBS. Now, OBS, as I said, is a completely free program and a software. This is known as Open Broadcaster software, and this is a free program that helps us to connect, that helps us to stream, and at the same time, it also helps us to record. This video I'll be showing how to download OBS, and at the same time we also need OBS virtual camera, which would be acting as our camera so that everything that we do in the OBS will be put forward in Zoom or other online platforms. So let us just quickly go into downloading OBS on our laptop. Well, to download the OBS on your laptop, you need to open any browser. I'm using the Chrome browser. You may be using Firefox or Internet Explorer, whatever it is, and type in OBS Studio and press enter. And the first result that comes in, the website would be obsproject.com. Click on that and you will be taken to a page of OBS Studio. Now you need to pay attention to one thing, and that is you need to download the latest release. One good thing about OBS is that we can see that OBS works with all. It works with Windows, it works with Mac, and also it works with Linux. Now I am using a Windows laptop, and so I will click on the option Windows, and it will take me to yet another page, and the downloading, as you can see here, it begins. Depending upon our net speed, our downloading will take its time, and once the downloading is over, you need to click on this cursor and either show in folder, or you can click open directly. As we click open, the program opens and a pop-up comes up. You need to press enter, and when you press enter, the installation process starts. Go on clicking next, click install, and the installation process is in progress. Very soon your OBS software will be installed on your computer, on your laptop. And there it is. We have our OBS completely installed. The setup is complete of installation, and it says launch OBS Studio 27.0.1. This is the version, and just be sure that this is the latest version that we are downloading. This is, as of now, the latest version of OBS. When we click finish, we will be taken to the OBS page. And as we open the OBS, as you open it for the very first time, this is how it would look. Right, and it will ask you as to what is it that you are primarily going to use OBS for. There are three options that has been given to you, where if it is for streaming that you're using this platform, or whether you are using for recording, or you are going to use only the virtual camera. Now I have opted for recording. Choosing in recording will in no way stop you from giving in your virtual camera or putting up all the things that you are doing on OBS to the online platforms, right? But the reason that I have put in recording is that so that it will automatically make the necessary changes in the settings, which will be helpful for me for recording, and I believe it would be useful for you too. The classes that you are taking, the sessions that you are taking, once that has been done, you can directly upload it on the YouTube. So I have opted for the second one, optimized just for recording. I will not be streaming, and then you click next, and takes you to the next page wherein it says video settings, and specify the video settings you would like to use. Now this usually the base canvas resolution that comes is the resolution that is there of your laptop, or that is there of your computer. So that is what it is, and frames per second you can use 30 is what I use. And then you press next, and you need to apply settings, and your OBS is ready to start. Now you need to have a feel of this OBS. Okay, now I have heard many saying that they had downloaded this OBS last year, but it was not possible for them to work on, or they have not tried to do anything on OBS. The reason is that when you look at the layout, or when you look at this particular software being opened, There are many things, right? There are many things in this, and it may lead to confusion. What is all these things? Now, one thing that I want you to understand is that, see, this will not happen in a spur of a moment. Though I said yes, within a month, I assure you that you'll be able to make pro videos, no doubt about it. You will be able to do that. But for that, you need to generate an interest, right? You need to start loving it. I have been put for music class during my childhood dates. But every time the first time that I went to the class, I wanted to play a song. But that's not possible. You have to learn the basics, right? So this particular video, I am just trying to familiarize you with what the OBS layout is all about. We won't be looking into all aspects because that is not at all necessary for us. Only those things that are necessary for us, I'll be just dealing with that. I'm mostly concentrating on teachers, preachers, and students as to how far it would be possible for us to make better presentations online. So that is what my concentration is all about. Now, when we look at this layout that is there, we can see on the menu bar we have File, we have Edit, View, Profile, Scene Collection, Tools, and Help. Now, when we look at this particular area, now this is the area wherein we will be putting in our images, putting in our videos that we want to be sent to our Zoom platform, Teams platform, or Google Meet, whichever online platform we are doing our session. Now this is the canvas, okay? And here you find here scenes. Now this is what exactly is scenes? I'll just help you out. Now, scenes is the area wherein we can put in different programs or different sessions that we are going to lead. Now, for example, if you are a teacher and you teach science for class 6, 7, 8, and 9, so you can put in scenes as class 6, class 7, class 8, class 9. So 4 different classes, and everything will be having. So all of a sudden, it is possible for you to jump from 6 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 6. In that way you can jump. If you are a priest, or if I take my own case, there are many organizations. There is the ladies organization called Sevika Sangam. There is the evangelistic organization called the Edava Commission, the youth, the Yuvajana Sakyam, the youth fellowship, the kids and the teens. So I put up different scenes so that whichever program is there, I just put up all those things that are necessary beforehand itself, and as the program changes, I just click on that and we'll come into it. So that is what the scene is all about. Which program are you dealing with? And the next one, here we come and we see sources. Now this is the place. Once you select a scene, now for example, I write here youth fellowship. Now this is the scene that I have created, and nothing would be visible as of now because you have not selected anything. The canvas is plain, it is black. Now this is the place, sources, from where you will be selecting what is it that you intend to show. Now there are many options over here. You can put in a color source. The color source is nothing else, but you can change the background color of it. You can change according to what you like, and the background color would be changed. The background color of the canvas would be changed. Now I'll be going in detail explaining all these things. This is just for you to have a feel of what this OBS is all about. You can also put in images. This is the place where you put in images. This is the place where you put in the video files. This is the place where you put in the text, and this is the place wherein you can also, if there is another browser or window open, you can show that too over here. So all this you choose from this particular place, that is sources. So two things that you need to understand: one is scene and the other is source. Now this area that we see as audio mixer, here we are shown now the green and the yellow and the red mark that is being reached, that you can see on my screen as of now. You can see this is the level in which I am talking, the mic that is being taken into. Now if you put in a different media source, it will show the media source sound also. You can manage the sound over here, and that is how this works. Now this is the scene transitions. You have different options of doing the scene transitions. You can either fade or swipe or fade to color, luma wipe. I'll be going through all those things in detail, but as of now, just to have a feel. And this is the place wherein you will be having all the control. This is the place for streaming. As of now, we are not dealing with that. This is the place wherein you can record. The same time that you say something, you can record. This is the place wherein you can start your virtual camera. I'll be explaining that too. This is the studio mode. Now, for the beginners, I would say that it would be better that we start off with the studio mode. There is only one reason for that. We will not be so efficient in handling the different sources, turning on the eye, closing the eye, so that different images and text all comes in. We are just learning, right? So as we are in the beginner stage, it would be better that we put the studio, wherein at this particular place we'll see that this is the preview. Everything comes over here first. Once you are satisfied, okay, this is the thing that I want to go live on the Zoom platform. Once you put it up over here, you can hit transition and the same thing goes over there. I'll be explaining it to you with examples. This is just a layout. Now, when you look at this particular tools here, see, though we find here start virtual camera, we don't have as of now the virtual camera installed in this. When you look at this tools, you don't have the option of virtual camera. And so we need to download this plugin of OBS virtual camera. So I'll just go in, we'll just download the virtual camera too. I'll just explain how to do that, and then we'll move forward with our sessions. So let us once again minimize this, go to the browser, and on the search bar, let us write OBS virtual camera. Enter the first search result that comes, OBS virtual camera 2.0.4. Click on that, and this is the page that opens up. You can directly go to this place wherein it says go to download. Click on that, and again, as I said, your plugin would be downloaded. Once it is downloaded, click on the cursor, click open, and it would be open for you. And again, you'll have to click yes. And once you click yes, you'll have to accept the agreement. Otherwise, it's not possible for you to put in the plugin in the OBS. Next, and it says that it already exists. Would you like to install that folder? Yes. Click yes. And now here you have an option wherein it asks you whether you want to install 4 virtual cameras or you want to install only 1 virtual camera. See, even 1 virtual camera will do. But when we are getting 4 virtual cameras for free, why not take that option? That is what I consider. So I have opted for the 4 virtual cameras, and I put next, install, automatically close. Now this OBS is open, right? So I just close this, and there is this eSoft IVCam. That is the software that I use to connect the mobile as well as the laptop, and through which I can show it through the OBS and to the Zoom. So I need to close that. I have closed manually OBS, and here it says automatically close all the applications. Next, and here there it goes, it will close the application. I'll just go and click exit over here. So if by chance, sometimes if it is not been done, it will not start installing. So I have exited from the, I did an exit from the IVCam software, and the installation process here, it's over. You click OK, and yes, once again OK, and click finish to set up. And there you are ready. Now, as I showed you, let us open OBS Studio. That's there on our desktop. I'll open the OBS Studio. Once again, the scene is there, right? The preview is there, the program is there, the 2 canvases that you can find, just because this is the studio mode. Now you click on the tools. Now when you clicked on the tools earlier, we found that this option of virtual cam was not there. But now that we have installed this virtual cam, it is available to us. Now we start this virtual cam, and we put in auto start. right? And which is the target camera. Now this you have to remember, because if you choose camera 2, 3 or 4, if you choose 2, and in zoom if you go and choose OBS camera or OBS camera 3 or 4, see, you won't be able to see what is being shown on in the OBS. So you need to be very sure which is the camera that you're choosing. I usually choose OBS camera, and buffered frames, let it remain as default to 3, and you have clicked this auto start, so you don't need to worry about starting this virtual camera every time that you open up this OBS. So let it be auto start. Every time you open the OBS, it will do its work, and you press start. That is it, and you close this. That is it. There is nothing else to be done. Now once you learn how to put in things, you are ready to go. So this is the basic of how you need to download OBS and how you need to download OBS virtual camera. Both these are very much necessary for us to do presentations in going to the next stage, wherein we'll be dealing with the scenes and also with the sources, which will be little more interesting, because there comes the real fun and you will see how things are happening. So till then, wait for the next video. And if you have liked the content, if you have liked the way of presentation, do hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and support me. And at the same time, if you feel that somebody else too would be benefited from this, please do share, pass on this message so that they too would be benefited with this. Till we meet next time, goodbye, take care, God bless you.